Hi everyone, I'm Chelsea and I'm glad to share some thoughts on careers in cognitive psychology and neuroscience. These fields have always interested me because of my fascination of how the mind works. My husband served as an Army infantry and was deployed to Iraq at the beginning of OEF. He deals with PTSD from that experience. I have faced some challenges of my own too. Right now I work as a PCA, caring for folks with dementia, Alzheimer's, and other conditions that slowly take away their quality of life. I hope one day to help give some of that back. That is why I am drawn to these areas. If I can better understand what makes people tick mentally, I believe I can help create real support and treatment plans. We all deal with mental health struggles in some way, and gaining that understanding feels like a meaningful path forward. In the next few minutes, we will talk about the difference between the fields, the skills you will need, a few careers, and how they have evolved and why research is so important. I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Let us start with the basic difference between the two fields. Cognitive psychology focuses on the mind. It looks at the internal steps involved in how we think, remember, pay attention, and make decisions. It is about understanding those invisible processes. Neuroscience looks at the actual biology behind it all, the brain structures and how neurons communicate in the nervous system as a whole, whether they work together. In cognitive neuroscience, we can connect specific brain activity to our thoughts and feelings. It gives a fuller picture that can be specifically helpful in supporting people through trauma, memory issues, or mental health challenges. Skills and knowledge needed to build a career in these areas. Most positions call for an advanced degree, usually a master's or PhD. You will want solid knowledge in biology, statistics, research methods, and some computer skills for working with data or imaging tools. Beyond the technical side, critical thinking, strong ethics, and the ability to explain complex ideas clearly are really important. These skills matter because they would let me take what I have seen caring for dementia patients or supporting trauma-related struggles and turn that into thoughtful, helpful plans. They give you the tools to understand people more clearly and offer support that can improve daily life. One career that feels especially relevant to me is forensic psychology. Forensic psychologists use knowledges from cognitive psychology in legal contexts. For example, evaluating how reliable eyewitness memory is, assessing trauma or PTSD in court cases, or helping determine competency. It is a work that can support veterans, trauma survivors, and others whose mental health intersects with the justice system. The field has evolved over time, and it started with basic psychological testing in legal settings in the early 1900s. Then the cognitive revolution brought better understanding of memory, perception, and bias. Today, it often draws on neuroscience tools and allowing more accurate, compassionate evolutions. It is meaningful work that can help restore fairness. Two other careers that pair well with this path are cognitive neuroscience and clinical neuropsychologists. A cognitive neuroscientist studies how brain activity relates to our thoughts, memory, and response to trauma. They often use imaging tools that became much more powerful in the 1990s. A clinical neuropsychologist works directly with people who have cognitive challenges from brain injury, dementia, Alzheimer's, or PTSD. They help assess strengths to build support plans that can restore some quality of life. Both fields have evolved from older methods like lesson studies and today's non-invasive and imaging personalized interventions. They often overlap with forensic work in legal cases that involve trauma or cognitive functioning. Research is the foundation that makes progress possible in these fields. It helps develop better ways to support people with PTSD, dementia, memory difficulties, and other mental and psychology challenges. In cognitive psychology, research often use behavioral experiments in careful memory or reaction task times. Neuroscience brings tools like fMRI to observe brain activity in real time, or EEG to measure electrical signals. When the two approaches are combined, we get a much richer understanding that can help lead to a kinder, more effective help. Whether in clinical case or forensic setting, that knowledge ultimately helps improve lives and bring more fairness to difficult situations. To wrap up, cognitive psychology and neuroscience gives us thoughtful tools to understand how the mind and brain work, and then how to support people facing mental health, trauma, or cognitive challenges. Whether throughout forensic evaluations, clinical work, or research, these careers can make quite a real difference in helping folks regain the quality of life. Thank you again for listening today.